So, hello everyone. I hope you all are fine. Welcome back to the channel. So, you must have read many books about different genre and different topics, but the book which I'm going to review today is a very special book to me, and because this book has actually changed the way I read. And the name of this book is "And Then There Were None." So this is a psychological thriller, or you could say psychological murder mystery book, and I just loved it. This was the first book which I have read on this topic, and after reading this book, I was like, "Oh my God, how can someone write this precisely?" I can't even imagine about the author's mind how she has written it. So, and then there were none was written by Agatha Christie, and this is not just a mystery novel. It's one of the greatest detective thriller ever written, and it's psychological, suspenseful, masterfully structured in a good way, and literally the blueprint of every crime stories which we saw. But in India, it's like we have seen many different stories. I don't even want to go there in politics, but this is actually the fictional one, but after reading this book, I recommended this book to every student who says, ki, "Sir, I don't know how to read books, and whenever I start a book, I stop in the between. I can't finish a book." Then I just recommend this one. If you have this issue that you start a book, and if you don't finish it, just start reading this book. You know, so. So we are talking about one of the most iconic mystery novels ever written, and this book has redefined the suspense, the logic, and the human psychology. And this is all wrapped in the chilling murder mystery. So the story begins with 10 strangers. So 10 strangers got an invite from a stranger, from a host, which they have never met, to to come to an island. It was a mystery island. So they all took a boat from different locations, and they gathered in one place and then took a boat, and then they went to that mystery island. So after going to that island, once they arrive, a strange recorded voice accuses them for a hidden crime. So one by one start to dying, and after every death, there is a line. There's a nursery rhyme that says, "And then there were none." Like after 9 deaths, there is a poem. After 8 deaths, there is a poem. Like seven left, six left, five left, and everyone is a suspect. So you don't know who's the actual killer. So with no one left to trust, the paranoia and the guilt begin to take over, and the question becomes, who is the killer when everyone is a suspect? Okay, so I just cannot define this in a word. When I read this book, how happy or how astonishing it was for me. It was surprising that how a writer can write this book, because if a writer can write this book, she can done this crime, and no one will ever know that she has done it. It's very precisely, perfectly, and this is a very airtight book, which you can't find any mistakes, and you will be in a shock like how this happened. And after reading the ending, then after reading the scripts, how this ended and who was the killer, you will be in a shock, and you'll be like, "What man? What is this book?" Sorry for my language, but this is like you'll be like, "This is a very amazing book." So the three things which you can take away from this book is Christie explores the guilt, justice, and morality through each character hidden in the past. So perfect psychological suspense is in the book. The second thing is brilliant story structure. So every clue, every death, every line of the dialogue has a purpose, and it's very airtight book, which you can't find any mistake in this writing. And the third thing is the human mind is a real villain. So this book is just not about the murder. It's how the guilt and fear can destroy a person from within. And if I tell you my story, one of my good friend, the closest friend, told me that also have heard of this book, and you can read this book if you are a avid reader. And then I started reading this book. Okay, about after this recommendation, and I was like, it's just amazing. It blows my mind. It's like how a person can write this book, and you can actually read this book in 3 to 4 days. As I told you, if a person don't know how to read book in It's very boring for them. So this will not be a boring one. This will be a very suspenseful book when you read this book and when you understand. So when the death starts to happen, you take more interest in this book and the curiosity starts to begin. And you won't shut a book after every chapter. After every chapter, there's a suspense, so you still want to read more and more. That's how you will finish this in 3 to 4 days, maybe less than 3 to 4 days. So if you love mysteries that keep you guessing till the very last line, this is a gold standard book for you, which you can read this. And no actual detective, no easy answers, just a pure tension and genius storytelling from the Augusta Christie. Thank you guys for watching these reviews. I hope these reviews is helping you to select what you read. And after reading this book, I have read more of murder mysteries and this detective books, which I will give review in the future. But this book, I have started reading this book, and I was biggest fan of the Augusta Christie. So thank you so much guys for watching this video. Do like, subscribe, comment whatever you want. And if you have read any other murder mystery book or thrilling book, which you can just mention in the comment. I will try to read this and give you a review. Thank you so much guys for watching these reviews, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Take care.